Welcome in Monday morning. I promised I would see you on the other side, and we have a 49ers update, and I guess this counts as a 49ers update. There is a new Lombardi. Look what I saw on my phone. I think this was yesterday. I think I tweeted it first, but I haven't been on YouTube since I got married this weekend. So there is a new Lombardi. You could tell a new last name right there, Margot Lombardi. Pictures, we'll have some soon. Pictures, some of them are ready. You can go check it out on Instagram. I'm not going to busy you with wedding pictures here, but it was awesome. It was on Saturday. I ran the doubleheader. That was my birthday on Friday, wedding on Saturday. Exhausting in a good way. Weather was perfect. We buried a bottle of bourbon at the site of the wedding, which was Margot's parents' home in the countryside here in Tennessee. And we buried that bottle of bourbon exactly a month before the wedding. And that, according to tradition, if you dig it up on your wedding day, means that it will not rain on your wedding day. Well, it didn't rain on our wedding day, even though it was forecast to rain. And then the day after, there was a storm so big that it almost knocked over the tent, which is just getting taken down today. So it didn't rain. Weather was ideal. It was awesome to see so many cool people together. Some 49ers people actually too. So that was good. And then we move forward into the rest of our lives. So thank you everybody for your support. I know a lot of you were asking about it on social media. I got to do a cool thing with my groomsmen earlier on Saturday morning. But now we can move forward to the actual 49ers update. And that is at the quarterback position. Quarterback Steven Montez. I remember when he played for the Colorado Buffaloes. He's now in the XFL with the Seattle Sea Dragons. He's going to try out for the 49ers this week. Now, every single bit of 49ers quarterback news these days seems to be a lightning rod. Everybody thinks it's some kind of referendum on Trey Lance. This actually has nothing to do with Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, anyone in that 49ers quarterback room. The 49ers have a rookie minicamp this week. The rookies that they drafted and signed in undrafted free agency, all 20 of them are slated to report to the team facility. And they're going to participate in on-field drills before any of the veterans participate in OTA on-field drills. So the 49ers need somebody to throw to these rookies. So they're going to bring in a rookie tryout quarterback, and that is Steven Montez, who's now in the XFL, formerly of the Colorado Buffaloes. Buffalo shouldn't just be one word. You know, some soccer teams have one word as their team name, and they think that somehow, that singular word should work for a plural team. It is not the Colorado Buffalo, though. It is the Colorado Buffaloes. I guess you could also say Stanford Cardinal, because that's a color. It's not the bird. Singular word for a team. I don't really like those names. I don't even like Stanford's name, but it's the Colorado Buffalo. So Steven Montez is going to try out for the 49ers, formerly of the Colorado Buffaloes. He also played for Washington. The Washington football team, I think they were called at the time. I think around 2020, I want to say, they picked him up. And that's when Steven Montez was served his cup of tea at the NFL level previously. I think that he was active for a couple games that season, but you are eligible to participate and try out in these rookie mini camps if you have under 2 years of service time. So the 49ers just need somebody to throw to these prospects at the rookie mini camp. They've already signed Brandon Allen to be their fourth quarterback. It was initially thought that they might go with a rookie, and I think the 49ers initially wanted to go with a rookie, but there was a run on rookie quarterbacks this year, and that's probably due to the Brock Purdy effect. Everybody trying to get their own Brock Purdy. So the run on rookie QBs in the draft and then in undrafted free agency meant that the 49ers decided they'd benefit more from signing a veteran to be that needed fourth quarterback. And they found that veteran through Brandon Allen, who helped develop Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. So you get the vet after rookies were flying off the shelf with the Brock Purdy effect. But that vet is not eligible to participate in rookie minicamp. You need a QB for that. So you invite Steven Montez to come and try out. And it's highly unlikely that Steven Montez moves further than a tryout at the 49ers rookie minicamp. There's another potential benefit to Sam Darnold adding himself to the 49ers quarterback mix. Why don't we take a look at this interview from the QB Room podcast?
Dude, all these quarterback competitions, mostly there's like mutual respect between the things, so it's never against you two.
It's the same reason you guys made the show, because there's nothing like a quarterback room. We were tight right from the get. We went to Christian's lake house, like right after throwing, and he ended up catching a ride with me. We had like 25, 30 minutes to just like talk for like the first time, like in person, just like hanging out. Just like right from the jump, it was like connected on a level that a lot of people probably can't. We were thrown in the same position from the moment we were drafted. Just a lot to talk about.
So there's Sam Darnold, and you realize the journey that he's been on when he talks about that. Number 3 overall pick in 2018. And guess who was the number 3 overall pick just a few seasons later? That was Trey Lance. So Sam Darnold has a similar draft pedigree, if not the very same draft pedigree as Trey Lance. And we know that Sam Darnold has gone through a whole heck of a lot of struggles, through a lot of interceptions. First for the New York Jets, then the Carolina Panthers, before showing that he could turn things around. Played really well over those final 6 games in the 2022 seasons for Carolina. I know the 49ers liked a lot of that. Because they liked a lot of that, well, they've seen Sam Darnold weather a storm. They've seen him enter a position where he can now compete for potentially even their starting job. And just the wealth of experience that Sam Darnold has as a former number 3 pick, struggling to the NFL, that could be something that Trey Lance really can benefit from in the QB room. And that podcast called The QB Room, or the 49ers QB Room, could be a collaborative effort. We've already seen at these Warriors games, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey and Darnold were friends, obviously, in Carolina, but Kittle, McCaffrey, and Sam Darnold sitting courtside. Good team bonding, but think about the bonding within the QB room itself. You'll have Purdy in there, who isn't experienced really in his own right. I mean, he has those 8-9 games under his belt, but he was a rookie last year. Trey Lance, obviously, we talk about him and his inexperience a lot. And then you have Sam Darnold, who is the elder statesman in that group. I think even more time in the NFL than somebody like Brandon Allen. So Sam Darnold, even if he doesn't win this quarterback job, he does bring some knowledge to the room that I think can benefit Trey Lance, that can benefit Brock Purdy, maybe benefit Brandon Allen, can benefit the San Francisco 49ers. All right, so the draft was last weekend, obviously. There's a new Lombardi the weekend after the draft. So the wedding was this past weekend. So you had the draft on, late April, moving into early May. Then we had the wedding. Now we have rookie minicamp coming up. So I'm going to fly to San Francisco tomorrow. There's a Dwight Clark Legacy Series event in San Jose on Wednesday. Steve Young and all those guys are going to be there. I usually am able to learn a lot about the 49ers past at events where Steve Young speaks and where other former greats speak. The 49ers, there's also going to be there's going to be an award given out that they give out every single year to a 49er for community service. That's going to be happening. I think Eric Armstead won the award last year, so we'll see what happens at the California Theater on Wednesday night. And then the rookies are going to report on Thursday. So rookie minicamp, May 11th and 12th. That's going to be interesting because we're going to get to see the rookies in person for the first time, conduct some interviews, and obviously they're going to be on the field with quarterback Steven Montez trying out and throwing to them. We'll see if the 49ers bring in another quarterback. Steven Montez, by the way, was born in Oakland because his dad played a very short while, I think a season for the Oakland Raiders in 1996, and Steven Montez was born in January of 1997. That might make some of you feel old. Anyway, after the May 11th to 12th rookie minicamp, 49ers OTAs, May 22nd and 23rd, May 25th, May 30th and 31st, June 2nd, June 5th and 6th, and June 8th. And then there's a mandatory veteran minicamp, June 13th to 15th. Last year, the 49ers axed the final week of OTAs that have been June 5th through 8th and moved this mandatory veteran minicamp up a week. And that's usually what Kyle Shanahan does. What he's going to do is he's going to go through these OTA practices and then determine when he thinks the 49ers have gotten in enough work. And once the 49ers hit the point at which he thinks they've gotten in enough work, he'll usually send them home early for the summer. So there's not a very high likelihood, in my opinion, of veteran minicamp actually falling on these dates. I think it will fall about a week sooner. That's just what prior history tells us. So we'll figure out if that is indeed the case. All right, there's your 49ers update. If you have a couple questions, I'll answer a couple, and then I'll get going. I still have a few members of my wedding party here in town in Nashville, so I'm going to go hang out with them, maybe do something cool from a rooftop in Nashville, if the weather holds up. It's gloomy right now. We got this, all the sun got out of the way for the wedding, so that was good. And then fly over to the Bay Area this week and begin another round of 49ers offseason program with rookie minicamp and those OTAs. Why not Coletto throwing at the rookie minicamp? Well, maybe he will throw. Who knows? But Coletto was more of a wildcat quarterback at Oregon State. He came in as a pure quarterback. Down the line, several years later, he was more of a running back that would take, the QB that would take the direct snaps and run the ball on a lead blocker. And I think you're going to want an NFL level thrower or somebody with NFL level arm talent to be delivering at these rookie minicamps. And I know Coletto can do it all, but and maybe you give him a try at some of this stuff, but I do think that they're probably looking at him for other positions first and maybe quarterback as part of more of a gimmick packages. Post your question, says Mike. We've been doing the Here's the Catch podcast. One of them came out right after the draft, one more right before the draft, and I'm sure that we'll have a few more episodes during OTAs. Were the Patriots the team looking into Moody? I'm sure they're one of the 8 teams looking into Moody because they picked the kicker, Christopher Dunn, at number 112. I believe it was Dunn, right? Or am I getting the name wrong? But anyway, they picked the kicker at number 112, which is not too far after number 99. So with 8 teams looking at Jake Moody, trying to work him out, they obviously would have been trade interest to leapfrog the 49ers, and the 49ers scuttled that by picking Moody at number 99. My favorite 49ers draft pick might be Jake Moody. I think that that was tremendous value for the 49ers in the 3rd round. If you're going to get a generational kicker and there's a chance that he is one, well, he's worth a 1st rounder. But they got Jake Moody late in the 3rd round. So I think that it's really hard to project how guys are going to port their success to the pro level. But in the case of Jake Moody, the 49ers ran him through a battery of tests, and they feel good that he is going to be a solid player for them. Now, speaking on 49ers draft picks, even while it was my birthday and I was getting ready for the wedding last week, I was, starting to delve through this draft class, and here's their first pick. This is Jair Brown. You go ahead and check out the link to this piece in the comments section. I added it there. This is an interview with Anthony Poindexter, who's Jair Brown's college safeties coach. Obviously, John Lynch is a safety. Poindexter actually played with Rondé Barber at Virginia. Rondé Barber then played with John Lynch in Tampa Bay in the NFL. So some good insight from Anthony Poindexter. Yes, Moody absolutely expected to be drafted. He expected to be drafted no later than the 4th round. And the 49ers picked him at the very end of the 3rd round. So they're not even controversial here. It's people trying to create controversy just for the sake of controversy. There is no debate here. Picking Jake Moody late in the 3rd round was a good move by the 49ers. There absolutely is no room for rational debate. They needed a kicker. They went and got a kicker. He's a 4th of the price of what Robbie Gould would have been. He's going to be better at kickoffs, and he was indisputably the best prospect in this draft. Other teams were trying to trade up and get Jake Moody, and the 49ers got him with a late 3rd round pick when great kickers normally go somewhere in the 4th round. So it's the same thing. After this pick was made, you could tell that there was going to be an uproar for about 12 hours because people needed to get their watch hours. They needed to get their clicks. And then, of course, rational minds always prevail. So there was nothing wrong with the 49ers picking Jake Moody in the 3rd round. And, as Mike says, as long as he hits, it's not an issue. And that's like the same with every single player in every round, right? 1st, 2nd, 3rd round. If they pan out, it's a great pick. If they don't, okay, the pick didn't work. Well, you just want to maximize your chances of the pick working. And with Jake Moody, the pick for the 49ers, I think they've maximized their chances of it working. Yep, 97.6% under 50 yards over the past two years at Michigan. What else are the 49ers supposed to scout for? What else are they supposed to look for? So Jake Moody fueled some preseason madness and drama. People are mad because they had another draft crush. Yeah. Best kicker in the draft. All right. Any questions here on top of that? Let's go. And then let's go and hit Nashville today. You guys want me to eat somewhere in Nashville? Want me to make a cool video? We're going to get Margot on the show. We're going to get the newest Lombardi on the show at some point this week. I think you all liked her longer debut. That was when? like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we were down in Florida. But yeah, the new Lombardi has to make her way onto the show. So we'll do that. And during that show, we'll answer some questions. Honeymoon not happening. I have to cover the 49ers for you. Honeymoon's not going to happen until after veteran minicamp. So that's going to happen in late June when everything is dead in the NFL. Here's some hype for Mrs. Lombardi. I love that. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for the congratulations. And it is time to roll. So this has been a new 49. There's a new Lombardi. I was reading off my screen there. This has been a post-wedding 49ers update. Everybody like the video, sub to the channel. We will talk to you all very soon. Take care.